Salesforce is built on a multi-tenant metadata-driven architecture. That means all customers share the same infrastructure, but your data and customizations are completely isolated. Everything in Salesforce, your objects, fields, workflows, even your UI, is stored as metadata, not hard coded. That's what gives the platform its incredible flexibility and scalability. Multi tenant. Think of it like a modern apartment building. Everyone lives in the same building and uses the same infrastructure: electricity, water, elevator, but each apartment remains completely private. Salesforce works the same way. Thousands of companies use the same Salesforce platform and infrastructure, but each company operates in its own secure environment. This approach brings huge advantages. First, it reduces costs because Salesforce maintains one global platform instead of separate systems for every customer. Second, it allows continuous innovation. When Salesforce releases updates, security patches, or new AI features, everyone benefits instantly without needing complex installation. And third, it creates massive scalability. Whether you are a startup with 5 users or a global enterprise with hundreds of thousands of users, the platform adapts automatically. So multi-tenancy is really the foundation of Salesforce cloud model. Now, metadata may sound technical, but the idea is actually simple. Instead of hard coding everything directly into software, Salesforce stores configurations as metadata, meaning descriptions, rules, and definitions about how the system should behave. For example, when an administrator creates a custom object, adds a field, changes a page layout, or builds an automation flow, they are not rewriting the platform itself. They are simply updating metadata. That's incredible, powerful because it allows Salesforce to evaluate dynamically without rebuilding applications from scratch. For technical teams, this means faster development, easier maintenance, and better scalability. For business users, it means flexibility. Companies can adapt processes quickly as their business changes. And this is one reason Salesforce can support so many industries: finance, healthcare, retail, energy, education, all on the same platform. Behind the scenes, Salesforce runs on a massive global cloud infrastructure made up of servers, databases, network systems, monitoring tools, and security services. Instead of every company managing its own hardware and software stack, Salesforce centralizes everything. That means customers don't have to worry about maintaining servers, installing updates, or handling infrastructure scalability manually. Salesforce manages the platform centrally, including security, backups, performance, optimization, and disaster recovery. For business, this creates reliability and speed. Teams can focus on sales, service, marketing, or operations instead of managing infrastructure. And because everyone shares the same cloud foundation, Salesforce can innovate much faster and deliver new capability globally. The important thing to understand is this: customers share the infrastructure, but they do not share their data. The infrastructure is common. The environment remains isolated and secure. Even though customers share the same infrastructure, every company has its own secure environment called an org. Inside the org, all data, users, permissions, workflows, automations, and customizations remain completely separated from every other customer. One company cannot access another company's record, configurations, or business logic. This isolation is enforced through multiple security layers, including authentication, authorization, encryption, and tenant isolation mechanism built directly into the platform. And customization's isolation is just as important. If one company creates custom objects, Apex code, automation flows, or integrations, those changes only affect their own environment. Nothing impacts other customers on the platform. You may also think of it like everyone shares the same building, but every company has its own locked office, its own files, and its own way of organizing work. That balance between shared infrastructure and strict isolations is one of the reasons Salesforce is trusted by organizations around the world. Every building needs a strong foundation. For Salesforce, that foundation is Oracle, one of the most powerful database systems ever built. But Salesforce didn't just use Oracle out of the box. They rebuilt it from the inside, adding layers of automatic protection, automatic repair, and the ability to grow without limits. Think of it like a vault that fixes its own cracks and never runs out of space. Here's where it gets interesting. When you create a custom field in Salesforce, say a customer's priority field on your account, Salesforce doesn't physically rebuild the database for you. That would take hours. Instead, it simply writes a note or X as a field called customer priority. That note is called metadata, data about your data. It is like updating a filing system index rather than rebuilding the entire filing cabinet. Changes happen instantly for every customer with zero downtime. Now, reading those notes every single time someone clicks a button would be slow. So Salesforce keeps the most important notes in a special fast access memory layer, like keeping your most used document on your desk instead of walking to the filling room every time. This memory layer is called the metadata cache. It means the platform responds in milliseconds, not seconds, no matter how complex your setup is. When you save a record in Salesforce, a contact, an opportunity, a case, where does it actually go? It all lands in one giant master table called empty data. Think of it like a universal spreadsheet with thousands of flexible columns capable of holding any type of information: names, numbers, dates, checkboxes. Everything fits no matter what shape it comes in. And for longer content like email bodies or notes, there is a separate outflow area that handles the extra weight, keeping the main table fast and lean. Imagine trying to find a specific book in a library of a billion books with no catalog. It will take forever. Salesforce solves this by maintaining a constantly updated catalog of your most important data, called indexes. Every time a record is saved, the catalog updates automatically. So when you search, the system goes straight to the right shelf. And if one catalog gets damaged, the backup catalog takes over instantly. You never notice? Your search never slows down. In Salesforce, nothing exists in isolation. A contact belongs to an account. An opportunity is linked to a contact. A case connects to both. These connections, called relationships, are managed by a dedicated layer of the architecture. It is like a smart switchboard that knows exactly how every piece of data is connected to every other piece. When you ask for related information, it finds the path instantly. No searching, no waiting. Have you ever wanted to know who changed something? What it was before and exactly when it happened? Salesforce automatically keeps a record of every important change. The moment a field value is updated, the old value, the new value, and the timestamp are quietly locked in the background. It is like having a security camera on your data. Always recording, never intrusive, always available when you need a look back. Here is the final piece, and it is what makes the whole shared building concept truly secure. Even though thousands of companies share the same database, every single piece of data is physically tagged with a unique company ID. When Salesforce runs a search for your data, it doesn't look through everyone else's records first. It jumps directly and exclusively to yours. It is like having a master key that only opens your floor of the building. Everyone else's floors are not just locked, they are invisible to you entirely. One platform, every company, complete separation. That is the architecture that powers the world's most trusted CRM.